I'd say more slime than drink. So these are drinks from Muji Rushi Ryohin. That's its full name, but it's probably better known around the world as Muji. This one being a citrus-based soda, and this one being a mouthful of konjac drink, nata de coco, and sweet summer orange. Muji is probably better known for their reasonably priced clothing, home furnishings, furniture, and foods, so it's kind of like a Japanese version of IKEA, or IKEA, as it's known here, and I guess the rest of the world, except for the US. There is a little bit of history about Muji, and it's going to be a little long, so if you want to just do the TLDR of it, jump to this time code. But if you're willing to listen, thank you. So, they got started back in 1980 or 81, I think. They were a private brand within a supermarket. What is a private brand, you ask? It's kind of like Costco's Kirkland brand. Like they have Kirkland brand water and paper towels. They only sell them in Costco. And while the history is kind of glossed over in their English version, which I'll include in the description, their rise is really frenetic, and they have milestones every year. In the first 10 years, they got started as a private food brand within a supermarket chain. They started with, I think, like 30 different brands of food. They started a clothing line within that. They opened a separate store within the middle of Tokyo, and then they started direct negotiations with the factories of their global partners. Eventually spun themselves out of the supermarket chain to make their own brand. And then in the next 10 years, they started their global domination. They started their European division. They started a home building division. Like, they actually built houses. I don't know if they still do that, but... And then they got listed on the stock exchange. The following 10 years, they further expanded to Europe, Singapore, South Korea, the Middle East, China, New York, and they're pretty available throughout the country, or throughout the world, I guess. And they have a distinct push towards like ecology, like they want their green badge, I guess, if you will. They work with locals to make products that are ecologically friendly, I guess. These are only two of the multitude of drinks that they have available, but apparently there are variants of what is available depending on what country you're in. So the TLDR of it is they expanded worldwide. They'll be at a breakneck pace in just about 30 years. Yeah, that's about it. So these are just two of the multitude of drinks that they have available. But apparently there is quite the variation between what is available in country A and country B. So this is just Mikan, which is, I think, technically mandarin oranges, and soda. But this guy, now this is going to be another TLDR, but this is konjac drink, and nata de coco. Konjac is made from the seed of elephant yam. They mash the seed and water and turn it into a thick paste, and they flatten it out, and they either usually make noodles, like 0-calorie noodles, or like turn them into cubes that you can put them into drinks. It's somewhat of a dangerous food because it doesn't break down until you really, really chew it. And apparently it's so dangerous that it is illegal in Australia to be used as a food product because you can choke on it and die, I guess. Now, the nata de coco part is it's made out of fermented coconut water. What it does, it turns into like a jelly-like substance. Think of it as like a really hard jello that's almost fibrous, if you will. Anyway, so this is, again, Mikan soda and nata de coco and sweet summer orange. I'll have the ingredients and their caloric information on screen. Now this guy, if you notice, it has a shake well message on the cap. It's because there's just like a layer of either konjac and nata de coco. That's I mean, can you hear it? I guess you can't, but yeah, it feels like there's something that's bumping up and down in there. Hold on, I hope I did this enough. Ooh, it looks sludgy. Okay, let's get started, I guess. Now this guy is super simple. It's just citrus and soda water. So, and apparently, depending on the season, they have to actually mention it will depend on the seasonality of the product. Sometimes it might be different in color depending on what time of year you buy it. Now this guy, ugh. You see that? It's like a ruined Jello shot. But if you notice, this slimy stuff is the Konjac. But can you see that like cube in there? There's some cubes in there. That's nata de coco, which I think it's technically Spanish. It's like fruit of coconut. I could be wrong on that. Maybe I'll have it on screen. All right, first off, orange soda. Wow. This is not your typical Fanta. It really tastes like mandarin oranges. You know, nice level of sweetness, nice level of tartness, but in a soda form. I don't quite care for the aftertaste, but that might be the room temp nature of orange. Yeah. Anyway, now this guy, this this is a slime. Anyway. Here, see that? That white thing in there? That's a nata de coco. I didn't get any. Hold on. Yeah, so this is like a Jello shot that's been through a blender. And it has even further, like, hard, crunchy, not crunchy, but it definitely has like a bite to it. It's like biting through not a cucumber, maybe a pickle. You know, that slight dense fibrousness that you get when you bite into a pickle. That's what the nata de coco is like, but it's very sweet. A different orange from this guy. This is much more, I forget, does this have like sugar in it? Yeah, it's got a lot of sugar in it, so that's probably what's offsetting this. I mean, this thing is just, I probably already showed it, but it's just mandarin oranges and carbonated water. So this you might want to drink on a hot summer day. This you might want to eat on a hot summer day. That makes sense. All right, you know, if you're in Australia, I don't think you're going to be able to find this, but anywhere else in the world, maybe you might be able to get this. So, yeah, give them a try. Till next time, the drink's on me.